Alright guys, TacticalRab again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Big OpTic HECZ has a new reason to bragging rights after taking down Scump and Maniac in a 1 vs 2 with the sniper yesterday. This is not the last we're going to hear of this, I'm sure, over the coming months and years. But also, a 2v2 tournament goes down between all of the FaZe boys last night. Cellium and co, as you might expect. Absolutely can't be stopped right now on Black Ops 3. Very much enjoyed to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. This tweet surprisingly kind of blew up yesterday actually. It was my favourite clip that I saw on the Breaking Point highlight video we did for this tournament. I mean, look at this right here. The sideways ledge slide out of the top barn window to get the... I mean, there's just nothing better than this. So, watching Cell on this game is absolutely absurd. And we'll get into more of that in a second. Firstly, just wanted to quickly mention this from iLLeY because, well, as he says to Arcitys, sup duo, and we think they're going to be teaming together on Seattle. Of all the rosters that we've seen so far, pretty much all of the rumours have now been confirmed. There's 3 teams, Gorillas, London, okay, sorry, not London, unfortunately, Carolina, Royal Ravens, and Vegas, who we have literally no idea right now. Okay, there are some rumours about Clay and Attach and all this, but the likes of Jake Hell and others have not come out and said anything about those teams. Seattle, we have, theoretically, a full roster of 4. iLLeY, Hook, aBeZy, and Arcitys. I think it's a highly questionable roster of 4, but nonetheless, that is pretty much the only rumour we have that has not yet been confirmed. But yeah, further reason to maybe believe that tier with what iLLeY and Arcitys have to say last night. And also Arcitys straight onto the Cold War 8, so after the Black Ops 3 tournament that went down just a couple of nights ago now, the next tournament Zoom is going to be running as a Cold War one, so Arcitys already getting ready to go for that. And just speaking of tournaments like this, I saw some screenshots going around such as this from back in the Infinite Warfare days, when it was these guys, and this is before any of these players had actually made their name in the scene. Okay, well, they'd made their name as Search and Destroy stars, and it was so good that people thought they were keyboarding or cheating in whatever way. Dashy did compete in the Pro League right at the end of this season, did get to the World Championship because he was old enough, went to straight ripping, all that good stuff. Simp, of course, and Cellium couldn't play for another few years to come, but at the time, this was like such a scary trio to run into, right? Like Cell, Dashy, Simp in a chal. Good luck taking them down. And yesterday, FaZe followed up on the Zuma tournament by doing a 2 vs 2 tournament. Now, actually, there's going to be a 1v1, I think, potentially today. But yesterday, they ran a 2 vs 2 tournament between, well, as soon as I saw the teams, I was like, this is over. There's no way. So they decided to play, it's not really a tournament, to be honest. They just played a chal, really, between their respective players in partnership with aBeZy. And they played, I think, 5 hardpoint maps here. And it was 4-1 in favour of the team at the top. I think the Drazah and aBeZy might have won the evac, but they got pretty handily beaten everywhere else. And I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not sure who came up with these teams, Cellium and Simp versus Drazah and aBeZy, but like, if you had to pick who's going to win this, it's going to be Simp and Cell every single time. Cell is absurdly good at this game, as is Simp, and I think out of the 4 FaZe guys, these are the best 2. So, you know, it was always going to end one way. Interesting to me that aBeZy isn't really that good at Black Ops 3. Okay, he's very good at Black Ops 3, but compared to Simp and compared to his other teammates, aBeZy actually isn't that good. Maybe it's just because he didn't play like that much of it back in the day. And to be fair, aBeZy only really made his name as a Search and Destroy star during Modern Warfare Remastered. The likes of Simp and Cell and Dashy, they played Infinite Warfare, right? You guys remember when Infinite Warfare released? It came out alongside Modern Warfare Remastered, and the community was pretty much split. I was one of the people who went to play MWR for the first several months of that game and didn't even touch Infinite Warfare, really. And aBeZy was the same. He pretty much played solely MWR chals with Tupac Thuglord. Well, yeah, that's pretty much how that went. Whereas a lot of the guys played more jetpacks. Maybe that's got something to do with it. But it's definitely interesting to see that. You can definitely tell that aBeZy isn't as comfortable on this game as he is, let's say, on some of the newer titles that he's ridiculously good at. So this was one of the maps. This was another just absurd performance here from Cell. Poor aBeZy's 15 and 28 here. Cellium drops 39 in 16 on his own teammates. Like, he's not playing randos here, you know what I mean? Like, these are Drazah and aBeZy world champions, and Cell's gonna drop 39 in 16 against them on a hardpoint Strogon. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous, this guy. And you can understand, this was actually the map that I remember specifically, Stronghold Hardpoints, where Cell people thought he was keyboarding. Back in the Black Ops 3 days, when this game was actually out, we're talking 2016, when Cell was like, what, 15 years old or something like this, he would play 1v1 chals against pros. I remember the likes of Machilla and others would like play against the Cellium kid. Nobody really heard of Cellium. He was just making his name for being unbeatable in 1v1 hardpoints, and people were like, this guy's got to be keyboarding, something's wrong here, something's dodgy here. And I remember Machilla had a stream where Cellium had just completely smoked him on this map, and he said, look, Formal, come in here and set the record straight. Like, we're not going to all lose, you know, us pros aren't going to all lose to this kid. And yeah, you can see why, if they'd have been able to compete back then in these jetpack games, it would have been a lot of fun. But, you know, we have a lot of fun watching them go back and play these games, to be honest. So in the end, after all the maps went down, as I say, I'm pretty sure Drazah and aBeZy won the evac, and then Simp and Cell bounced back and won the breach. And then they closed out with, I think they played a night Fringe, actually, which, so like they did the new version of Fringe, maybe as soon as the game finished, or something like that anyway. There was a night version that came out in Black Ops 3, and Cell and Simp won that as well. So I think it was like a 4-1 result in the end for Cell and Simp, and today they're going to do some more 1v1s on this. Can't get tired of watching Black Ops 3 personally, so always a good time. Now, yesterday, OpTic came out with a rather entertaining video going through, well, a shock collar theory. So basically the plan is that you put a 4v4 situation, everyone wears a shock collar, and when they die, they get shocked, right? Pretty entertaining concept idea, and we can see some of the players reacting to it here. Obviously, MettalZ is in this as well, who was, until recently, one of the players on the OpTic Gaming Rocket League team, a team they've now dropped, unfortunately, so that's, you know, he's no longer part of the organisation, I suppose. So anyway, this was the quick set of highlights that they did. They're playing MW2, but they're playing on the new map in Strike, and we talked a while ago, it's kind of a shame that Strike wasn't around, I think, for the regular season, because Strike is one of my favourite search and destroy maps ever in COD history. It's a COD 4 classic map, and if it does come back, well, it probably won't be in the new game, to be fair, because it's all the old school MW2 maps, but it's a great search and destroy map, no doubt about it. And Big OpTic Hex knows a thing or two about playing on Strike, as he has done back in the day. So I've got to share this clip for you guys here with Hex actually going for this, because this guy he's not going to let this go.
Alright, where are we going, Seth? I'm on you, bro.
I'm going A side.
Plant a charge on the target in 11.
Oh, I got bomb. Can I drop it here?
I hope I don't die here. Wait, oh my god, there's doors.
I don't think they crossed A. Baby shit, it's like a horror game, dude.
I'm stunned.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Where are you, Scump? Ah! Yeah! One's close.
Ant's probably running a route, dude.
You reckon?
Yeah, one close up, close up.
Ow! Dead! Shock him! Oh my god! Dead! Shock him! Shock him! Oh! No! Shock him! Ah! No! No!
Why did I just get shocked?
Why did I just get shocked? Then he got pissed on!
Yo, that fucking hurt!
No! Let's, oh my god, let's go, Nate! Was that him? Oh, hell no, dude. Are you serious, dude?
No way, we just got slammed by
Are you
Hector.
serious? No way we get slammed by Hector.
Dude, I'm just peeking over a corner and I see a.
Say something to me now.
No, dude, that's horrible.
So an awesome moment, really, right? I mean, Hex, we know with the sniper rifle, like, there was the thing he talks about, the 3v3 hardcore champion and all this stuff. Like, he had the sniping montages back in the day. And I used to remember there was some episode where Formal was just laughing at Hex's supposed good sniping abilities. But look, you don't mess with Hex. Old school kind of COD 4 throwback map. Hex with the sniper, 1 versus 2, gets the first kill, and then obviously sees the second one on the hop up, hits the flick shot as well. Obviously, the funniest thing about Hex is that he's always got the sunglasses on, hasn't he? So, he's rocking the shades right here, and he's getting up, he's getting hyped, and it's pretty funny that Shotzzy and Methods were just, absolutely toasting Scump, and I think it was Maniac that ended up losing this 1 versus 2, and Scump was obviously mind blown. But HECZ is like, why are you surprised, right? Shotzzy and Methods, why are you surprised at these mechanics? And Shotzzy says, we don't talk about the fire range and all this stuff, so I imagine this is maybe one of HECZ's only highlights, but nonetheless it is a highlight all the same. And I mean, look, I can't imagine. HECZ always likes to talk about how good he used to be back in the day and all this type of stuff, and it's always like, it's a bit of a running gag, that he's sitting on there with his world champion players for his roster, and he's always talking about how, well, back in my day, back on COD 2, COD 3, like, I'll have my way with you guys type thing, and he got his chance to do that on that old school COD 4 map in Strike, so pretty entertaining stuff, and yeah, I can well imagine that HECZ is not going to be shutting up about this for a long time to come, when all these, the OpTic podcast in probably 3 or 4 years time, we're still going to be hearing things about this, so I thought it was good enough to mention at the very least. Speaking of Scump, actually, a couple of nice little Brian stats here. I thought this was crazy, really. Scump's highest Grand Finals KDs in his history, so he's obviously made quite a lot of Grand Finals. Of all the ones that he's made here, the lowest, at least of the, I mean, how many we got here, like 18 or so? The lowest of those is a 1.1 Atlanta 2017, and then you get way more than that, and this is just ridiculous for an SMG. This, I think, was the Grand Finals that a lot of people will remember, especially, this is when I was really first getting into the scene. Like, I followed the scene back in 2013 a little bit. I think I watched the World Championship that year. I watched a little bit of Ghost. I didn't really watch much Advanced Warfare, but Black Ops 3, I really got back into it when the kind of online pro league would happen. I used to watch it when I got home from school and stuff, and it was around about that time, the ESWC. So this was OpTic versus Splice in the Grand Finals, and Scump on that Stronghold Hardpoint had that crazy spree where he shot Bantz's body and all this stuff, and that was a testament to how good Scump was at that game at the time. So that was his highest ever Grand Finals KD performance, but plenty of others in, even there's 3 events of 1.3 and above, like, not too bad. And also, speaking of Octane, he was on OpTic for not that long, but he was on OpTic briefly and is now retired. These are his most teamed with players. Slacked is actually so far ahead of the competition, which isn't really a massive surprise because he played with Slacked through a lot of the Jetpack era on some of those, Rise, Luminosity Gaming teams, stuff like this. Then Kenny, then Classic Loonies here. Of course, a few of the guys on the new Los Angeles Thieves roster, and then even Panda and Saints, which is kind of interesting. Thinking of, team with Panda even during Seattle Surge a little bit during the end of that Modern Warfare 19 season. But very much enjoyed your perspective in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Take care, and I'll see you next time.
Wait, it's Waypoint variant. Tyler, are you playing it?
No idea what he's doing.
I'm not teaching you.
Yo, Clay was asking if anyone wanted to play.
What?
Claire said hi, Adam.
What is this? This guy just skipped across the whole map.
That's Renato. Let's see.
He just jumped across the whole map and didn't waste a boost.
They call you.
Look at this. Wow, this game sucks. Come on, man. Look at this. Look at this. What the f***? Look at this, man. Kid goes top green with a sniper, and that says anyone goes top green with a sniper is cheating. Wow! Someone clipped this! This is why I'm dying instantly off the rip, Jay.
What do you mean?
Wall bounce, dude? Oh my god, dude. If next game is like this, I'm just gonna... Alright, 204. He goes from top red to top grandmoms in 4 seconds, dude. Take my money, bro. It's called movement that I don't have and never will.